Have you ever forgotten where you put your keys only to find them, I don't know, in the fridge? Or maybe you have this super vivid memory from your childhood, but your family swears it never ever happened. Look, we rely on our memory every single second of the day. But what if I told you it's not some perfect recording of the past? What if it's something way more creative and, yeah, sometimes a lot more deceptive? Let's get into it. So let me just ask you straight up. Do you think of your memory as a perfect recording? Like a high-def video camera that just captures everything exactly as it happened? It's a really common way to think about it, but the reality, well, it is so much more fascinating and frankly, a lot weirder than that. All right, here's the big idea we're going to unpack. Your memory is not a playback device. Not at all. Every single time you recall something, you are not just hitting play on a recording. You are actively, and I mean actively, reconstructing it. Think of yourself less like a librarian pulling a specific book off a shelf and more like a storyteller, piecing together a narrative from all these scattered clues. Okay, so if you're a storyteller, where do you get your material? Well, every single memory, whether it's something simple like what you had for breakfast or a brand new skill you're learning, it goes on this three-stage journey. Let's follow that path for a sec. It all starts with encoding. This is where your brain takes everything you're seeing and hearing and turns it into a memory trace. And this is exactly why paying attention is so important. Next up is storage, where that information is held onto, a lot of which happens while you're sleeping, by the way. And finally, you've got retrieval. That's pulling the information back out when you need it. Now, if there's a glitch at any one of these stages, poof, that memory can be lost for good. So let's say a memory actually survives that whole journey. Where does it end up? It's not just tossed into one giant mental bin. Nope. Your brain uses a surprisingly sophisticated filing system to keep everything nice and organized. Basically, there are three main files in the system of yours. You've got your episodic memory, which is like your personal movie reel, the whole story of your life, right? Like remembering your last birthday. Then there's your semantic memory. Think of this as your internal Wikipedia, all the facts and general knowledge you've picked up, like knowing that Tokyo is the capital of Japan. And finally, procedural memory. This is your body's how-to manual for skills that just become second nature, like riding a bike. You don't even think about it anymore. But here's the thing, because memory is a reconstruction, that internal storyteller we all have, well, it can get the details wrong. And this is where things get really wild. These little errors can range from just simple forgetting to creating these incredibly vivid, detailed memories of things that just never actually happened. One of the most stunning examples of this has to be the misinformation effect. This is what happens when some piece of information you get after an event happens gets woven into your original memory. It actually changes the story, and you don't even realize it's happening. Okay, check this out. A classic study shows this perfectly. Researchers had people watch a video of a car accident. Then they asked some of them how fast were the cars going when they smashed into each other. They asked another group the same question, but used the word contacted. The smashed group estimated a way higher speed. A single word, one word, literally changed their memory of what they saw. Wild, right? So if our memories are this fragile and this easily influenced, are we just doomed? I mean, is that it? No, not at all. The good news is because memory is a process, not some fixed object, there are totally proven techniques to make that whole process work so much better for us. Let's look at a few tools for your mental toolkit. You've got these ancient techniques like the memory palace, the method of loci, where you link new info to places you already know well. And then there's modern, science-backed stuff like spaced repetition, which is just reviewing things at bigger and bigger intervals, and retrieval practice. Okay, this last one. Actively quizzing yourself instead of just rereading notes, it is one of the most powerful learning strategies out there. Seriously. But listen, it's not all just about these clever mental tricks. A really strong memory is built on a healthy foundation. Sleep is absolutely critical. That's when your brain is filing away memories. Regular exercise can literally grow the size of your hippocampus. That's a key memory hub in your brain. And of course, good nutrition and keeping stress in check, they play a massive role in your overall brain health. So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Stop thinking of your memory as something you're just good or bad at. It is not a static archive. It's a dynamic, living skill. And just like any other skill, with the right kind of practice and the right conditions, you can make it significantly stronger. And all this brings us to a really fascinating modern puzzle. You might have heard of the Google effect. It's our tendency to forget information that we know we can just easily look up later. So in a world where we all carry an external brain around in our pocket, what's the real value of building our internal one? What's memory truly for anymore? It's something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.